Hey, what's up you guys? Yes, so today I'm going to do a sort of talk about and review all the movies that I've watched this month. Um, so I actually kept a list on my phone of all the movies that I watched this month, and then I'm also going to keep track of the books too. But basically, I thought I was just going to talk about all of these movies. Three of them are stand-up specials that I watched on Netflix. Actually, I think all of these are currently on Netflix except for Hostiles, which my dad and I watched on pay-per-view. But yeah, so I have like some thoughts on them, and I was kind of explain the plot a little bit, but like no spoilers, and then just kind of say what I watched this month, because I love movies. I love watching movies. Um, if I weren't going to school for English and writing and history, I would go to film school, not to be a director, but just sort of, I don't know. I would love to get a degree in screenwriting, but yeah, I just thought I would talk about all the movies I watched this month, and kind of just talk about them. So, okay, so the first movie I watched this month was Dude on Netflix, starring Lucy Hale and a group of girls, and Alex Wolff, not Nat Wolff, it's Alex's little brother Alex Wolff, who I absolutely love. I have a crush on him, so like I heard there was a good sex scene between him and Lucy Hale, and he posted about it on his Instagram, that the movie had just went to Netflix, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll watch it. So it's basically just about these kids that are graduating, and they're kind of just going through things. Like each one of the characters had passed away, so they're kind of like dealing with that a lot. But I mean, overall, the movie itself, I think it was like an hour and a half. It's a Netflix original. I would never watch it again. I thought the performances were good. I just thought like the characters, like it was just kind of like a shallow movie, despite it being about like a death of one of their friends, and it just kind of felt played through. It's like, okay, like they're all seniors, they all smoke a lot, they're all trying to like get through the end of the year, and like just the relationships were kind of weird. It was funny in parts. Like I love the actress. I'll have to look up her name. I actually thought Alexandra Shipp and Aquafina, the two girls right there, I thought they were really good in the movie. I thought they were like genuinely so funny and like cool, and I really liked Alex Wolff in it. I like Lucy Hale. You know, she did good, but overall I gave the movie like a 3 out of 10. I would never watch it again. It wasn't amazing. It was just kind of like a throwaway movie. I don't know. It was just kind of shallow. Everything was just like, okay, I've seen this before in like several different movies. Like I got it. But good performances. Like I really like Alex Wolff, so I watched it for him, and I ended up really liking her two friends as actresses. So yeah. So the next set of movies I watched Nymphomaniac Volume 1 and then Nymphomaniac Volume 2. I think each one was like 2 hours, if not 2.5 hours long. It's about a woman struggling from nymphomania and sex addiction to the point where it kind of destroys her life at times. But it's a really artistic movie. Like I heard really good things about it, and it's always like showing up on Netflix, and I love Shia LaBeouf. He's one of the lead roles in it, so I was like, okay, this. And also another lead role is, I think his name is, I will have to look up his name. I think it's like it's like a Celtic, like Nordic name, but I really like him. He plays Bootstrap Bill in, oh, Stellan Skarsgård. He plays Bootstrap Bill in Pirates of the Caribbean, so I was excited that he was starring in this. And also it has other like big actors like Christian Slater and Uma Thurman, and I believe, yeah, William Dafoe is a big one. So, and then the main girl is Charlotte Gainsbourg, and I thought it was really good. It was really like artistic and like really sweet at times. I did get bored sometimes. Sometimes they would just go through like these long montages of like the lead female like just like sleeping with people, and obviously it's a movie about a woman struggling with sex addiction, and but I don't know, sometimes I got kind of bored. Uma Thurman was in it. She was absolutely amazing. There's this entire scene with Uma Thurman in it that is like absolutely, I thought was so funny and amazing. But yeah, it was a really, I thought the 2 volumes were really good. It was a good story. It was interesting. I love Shia LaBeouf in it. I love Stellan Skarsgård. I really like the 2 main girls that were in it. It's her literally growing up from when she's like a baby to when she's like a grown woman. But the ending, I won't spoil anything. Just holy heck, the ending shook me. I was like I just had to sit there for a minute, and then I had to like go on Reddit and be like, what does this mean? Like, this is insane. But I thought it was a really good movie. I think I rated it a 9 out of 10 on my list. Just giving it like a 1 through 10 rating, I gave it a 9. I just thought it was like really, I thought it was an interesting movie. It was good. It was really well directed. It was interesting. It was good. It was artistic. Surprisingly, very, very artistic. There was this whole scene in the beginning that was like an ASMR, like rain dripping in this like dark alley, but like the screen was black and you could only like hear, and it went on for like 3 minutes, and I was like, what is this? And it was just really artistic. It was a really cool movie. So the next movie I watched on Netflix was Happy Anniversary. It is a Netflix original. It's about this couple who, on their like 3-year anniversary, they are kind of like looking back on their relationship, and they want to know if they should break up or not, or if they should stay together. The whole movie, I liked the beginning. I thought they were sweet. I don't know, but I didn't like the movie overall. I thought, again, it was like shallow. It was kind of like, I got really bored at times, and I was like, okay, like, I wanted them to break up. Like, that's what I wanted the entire movie. Like, everything they showed us, like, I was just like, I don't want them to be together. Like, I don't want this to work. I don't know. So, without spoiling the ending, because the ending was unexpected for me, I don't know. I didn't love the movie. I thought the characters were nice. They were sweet. But the movie itself was just, I don't know. I guess I just felt it was, like, shallow and boring and, like, okay. And like some parts of it were like really goofy and like weird, like they're just like out of place feeling, because they were so like trying so hard to be like funny that it just like didn't come off as real. I thought this was going to be a very like realistic movie. And actually I'm going to get to a movie later that was extremely realistic, and it was about 2 people that were kind of in love, but like, I'll explain that later. But I thought that movie, this movie, Happy Anniversary, I did not love. I rated it a 3 out of 10. I would never watch it again, but that's just my opinion. The next movie that I watched was Hostiles, which stars Christian Bale and a bunch of other people. But it was a Western. And it was about this man who he used to kill Native Americans, I think like the Apaches or like the Comanches, is that whatever? But he basically has to take these group of Native Americans to their homeland. Let me Google it real fast. Okay, yeah, in 1892, sorry, I'm like kind of weird with numbers. Legendary Army Captain Joseph Blocker reluctantly agrees to escort a dying Cheyenne war chief and his family back to their tribal land. So as they go through Montana, they come across this widow, and they bring her with them, and it's kind of just a lot of shots of like, okay, it's dark, they're all around the campfire, they're all, you know, existing, like they're kind of talking, but like not too much. Like, the one thing that I did not love about the movie is that there was not a lot of character development at all. Like, you don't really get to know the characters very well at all, despite seeing many of them throughout the entire movie, so I was really disappointed in that aspect. But if you want sort of more, I don't know, but then I want to say it's more action, but it really wasn't. There was a lot of just like, okay, it's night, they're all around the campfire, oh, it's day, they're going on their horses, and there's a group of, I think Apaches that are like dangerous in the area, and then there's like some fur trappers, and then they're escorting a criminal at one point. Like, it was just very, like, I don't know, it was very, like, here's this point, and then here's this point, and here's this point, and we're gonna get to it, but it's not gonna really be too much, like, no, not really talking, like, they're just kind of traveling. There's not a lot of character development. There's this one entire scene involving the fur trappers where I'm like, what is this? Like, what has this doesn't have anything to do with, like, advancing the plot or advancing, like, the character development. Like, there's no, like, it was just, like, kind of weird. That being said, the ending is, the entire, like, last half hour was so interesting and so powerful, especially there's a scene with Christian Bale, and again, I'm not going to spoil anything, but, like, it's so amazingly shot and, like, exciting. Like, I don't know, it was so good. And the performances are absolutely amazing. Like, everyone in it did an actual amazing performance. I just wish it would have been more character, like, you would have got to know them more. I don't know, kind of like how, like, in, this is an entirely different movie, but it's kind of like a Western, Hateful Eight, when they're all in this room together, basically the entire movie, they're in the haberdashery, and you get to know them all so well, and, like, learn, like, little, like, character traits, and, like, their stories, like, it's just, like, amazing. And I didn't expect, Hostiles to be the same thing, but I kind of wanted that same character development, just to get to know everyone and see their stories and, like, really see what they're thinking and feeling at times, but that never really happened. That being said, Christian Bale, amazing actor, fantastic. He's always so powerful and so, like, intriguing in all of his performances, in all the movies I've ever seen him in. He's absolutely amazing in this movie. But yeah, I gave that a 7 out of 10. I would watch it again just because I have a soft spot for, like, Westerns and Christian Bale. So, yeah. The next movie that I watched was, actually, it was a stand-up special. It was John Mulaney's new special, Kid Gorgeous, and I rated that a 8 out of 10. It was not his funniest. His other two are a lot more funny. That being said, John Mulaney, an amazing comedian. He's so different and so funny, genuinely. And even, like, his interview with, like, Cardi B a couple weeks ago, he's so funny and so, like, witty. So I really enjoyed his stand-up. He's a funny dude. He's super cool. But I just wanted to throw that in there because I did watch it. It's on Netflix now. The next one I watched was The Kissing Booth. So The Kissing Booth stars Joey King and Jacob Elordi, I think. And I loved the movie. It's about this girl, and she's best friends with her best friend, and he's a boy, and his older brother is, like, the hottest guy in school. He's, like, a jock, he's a player, you know, all this stuff, but, like, she's always had a crush on him. And so the movie kind of, you know, it's the kissing booth. They come up with this idea, and yeah, so the movie goes like that. She's always had a crush on this guy, and my friend watched it too. We both watched it at the same time, because I was like, you have to watch this, like, watch this with me. But, like, watch it, because she lives, like, 2 hours away from me, and I was like, watch it, but then I'll watch it, and then we can talk about it, because I wanted to talk about it so much. I won't spoil anything. Again, we mostly, like, we called each other on the phone after, and we were, like, spoiling, obviously, because we already watched it, and we were just, like, talking about, like, everything about the movie. But, it was good. I liked the performances. I liked the movie. There were spots where I'm like, okay, this is, like, too goofy, or too, like, trying to be funny, or, like, that it's, like, not funny. Also, I don't know, there were just parts where it was like, oh, okay, like, cliche, seen it before, got it, like, very, like, very, very cliche. Like, he's like, oh, like, I'm protective over you because remember you're my little brother's best friend, like blah, like just like super cliche stuff throughout the movie. But that being said, I really liked it, and I really liked the people that played them. So yeah, I think I gave that I gave The Kissing Booth a 9 out of 10 because I liked the movie. I would definitely watch it again. The cast was super cute and super awesome. So next I watched 2 stand-up specials, both by Ali Wong. First I watched Hard Knock Wife, and then I watched Baby Cobra, which I think are her only 2 specials. But she is so funny. I had no idea. I'd always seen like Baby Cobra on Netflix, but I'd never watched it. And then I saw Hard Knock Wife, and everyone was talking about it, and I was like, okay, I have to watch it. Like, this looks funny. So I watched it, and she is so unique and so hilarious. Like, I couldn't even believe that I'd never, like, seen her a ton before. Yeah, so I really liked her stand-up. She's so funny. She's pregnant in both. She talks a lot about pregnancy and her marriage and like working and like being a woman. Like, she was so funny the whole time. So I gave both of those. I think I gave them both a 10 out of 10. And that brings me to Drinking Buddies. Okay, so Drinking Buddies is a movie on Netflix starring Olivia Wilde. Let me actually look up. It's a 2013 film, and it's centered around the 2 main characters, mostly Kate and Luke, and they work at this brewing company together, and they are best friends. And this is another movie where I called my best friend, and I was like, you have to watch this so we can talk about it, because I need to talk about this. Like, I need to, like, jazz about this. It's starring Olivia Wilde, Anna Kendrick, Jake Johnston, and Ron Livingston. And also Jason Sudeikis is in it. He's married to Olivia Wilde in real life, so I thought that was funny. But it's super realistic. And one thing that I absolutely loved about this movie is that it's not one of those like romantic sort of dramas where it's super obvious, like where anything's really, I mean, it's obvious that like one of the characters is kind of in love with another character, but like they never talk about it. They never like, it's just very sweet interactions and like real conversation. Like the whole movie, I was like, it was so realistic and so like true to real life. Like, and the ending was absolutely amazing. Just because this is one of those movies. Actually, I was reading reviews about it because I'm like, oh my god, people have to think like this is such an interesting, different movie, because mostly when you see ones where it's like, oh, like this person likes this person but they're in a relationship, it always ends the same. Like, usually the 2 are together, but this is so real life. Like, it was just such an interesting, like throughout it, like, and it like I was on edge the whole time because I was like, okay, like this is what I want to happen, but I don't know what's gonna happen. The ending, completely didn't expect it. Just really interesting. You'll have to watch it. It was really good. And actually, I saw that Quentin Tarantino rated it like one of the best films of the year for like 2013. And if Quentin Tarantino likes something, it's gotta be pretty good. Or it has to be different or interesting in like a new way. So I would definitely recommend watching this. It is sad, but it's good. It's really good. It's really fun. Again, super realistic. And the last movie that I watched this month was Dallas Buyers Club, and that is still on Netflix. It stars Matthew McConaughey as Ron Woodruff, who contracted AIDS in 1986, I believe it was, and it's based off of the real life Ron Woodruff, basically. And it's Matthew McConaughey. Jared Leto is a transgender woman who is absolutely amazing the entire movie. I was blown away. I've never seen anything with Jared Leto before, but I've heard people talk about him and talk about like how cute he is because of the whole the Joker thing that he did. But this was amazing. I've never watched him before, and he did absolutely amazing the entire movie. Like such a amazing, like powerful interesting performance. Like, he was, like, captivating and beautiful. Like, that was amazing. Also, Matthew McConaughey, amazing. It was so well filmed. Like, so, I don't know, just, like, the angles and the shots, and, like, you really feel his pain and his, like, anger and his confusion, like, throughout the entire movie, and you really see these characters completely change. Like, he completely changes by the end of the movie. It's so interesting. I never knew this story before, but he basically starts the Dallas Buyers Club, and he starts really connecting with, like, the AIDS community and trying to help and make money also, but he wants to be cured, and he wants people to have medicine that won't hurt them or kill them. So it was really powerful. It was a really interesting movie. It also stars Jennifer Gardner, I think that's her name, as a nurse who is at the hospital. Also, Dennis O'Hare, I believe, from American Horror Story, is a doctor in it. He was really good. And the character, there was so much character development, so much, like, that's what I think is so interesting about movies, is really getting to know the characters and seeing them, like, progress and advance and be so much better or worse. Like, it's just so interesting to watch. I think that's, I don't know, it's really important. I do English and writing, and a lot of that really is characters. Like, your character is so important. So whenever I watch movies, I really want to see what the characters are feeling and thinking, or I want to be shown it, you know? Like, I just think that's so interesting. So, yeah, those are the, I think, 11 total movies that I watched on Netflix, except for Hostiles, which was on pay-per-view. So give those a watch. Also, I gave Dallas Buyers Club and Drinking Buddies a 10 out of 10. I don't know if I said that before, but yeah, so that is my review of those movies. Thank you so much for watching. I would love to do this every month. These are all the movies that I watched from May 2018. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.